Hey, happy Tuesday. How are you? Good to see you. I hope your day is going great. In our 7 minutes of marketing today, let's get into what happens when you come back from two shows and you've got leads to follow up on. Does that ring a bell with you, maybe right now? All right. So, here's some steps you can take to follow up on your leads, on your people that you talked with at the show. First thing to think about, and you know this, what were the things that people asked you about the most at the show? You probably come away thinking, "Oh yeah, I got asked about this, these three technologies, these three applications, these three misconceptions, whatever they are, or four, or two, or just one, whatever it is." You've got something that you heard about repeatedly that people were asking about. I mean, sometimes you go to an event and it's just scattershot and tons of different topics, but usually, at least when I come back, I'll think, there were a couple things that bubbled up over and over again that people wanted to hear about, whether it's some kind of moving to the cloud, some type of IP, some type of new something, whatever industry you're in, whatever product or service you have, you've got something particular that people are talking about right now. So, what is that? Then, secondly, you can take those things that you heard, that you learned, that you found out about and say, "Hey, we were at the show. This happened. I had several people come by and they were asking about how they could solve this problem. The problem is this, and the solution is this. And here's a quick link to it." So that email, that social post can be really short and sweet and just list the information about the problem, what happens with that problem, so that sort of problem agitate, what happens with this problem, and then what do you do if you do nothing or if you try these other solutions, and then of course your solution and a quick link to it. And you might take that email and put like those two or three quick links in it and send it out to everybody who came and saw you at the show or you ran into in the aisle or at the bar or wherever. You also can make a different version of it, slightly different, for folks who weren't at the show and just tweak it a little bit for them. "Hey, you might want to check out what happened at the show. Sorry I missed you there. Here's some info, wanted to share," so that you've got a little bit personalized, kind of based on behavior. Were they at the show? Were they not at the show? And you've got a couple different versions to suit. Further, go ahead and make a quick video. It can be one a minute. "Top question that I heard at the show was this, and this." And then you could link back to that content that you had in the email. It could link back to a blog post. You could put that content right in the social post. So make it easy on yourself. Whatever's easy for you to do, go with that, right? And those videos, you can make them polished and stuff, or I kind of like the vibe of just I'm on my phone, just pop outside and shoot that quick video about, "Hey, I was at the show. This happened. You might have seen it too. There was a lot of questions around." And so just make it super chill and very authentic, because video is a great way for people to know, like, and trust you. So it's a really sweet follow up tool that you can use for after the show. Fourth thing that you can do. So we talked about looking at the top questions, putting together that email with the top questions heard, and then the solutions to go with it. Short video. Fourth thing to do, have you connected with everybody on LinkedIn that you saw at your last couple of shows? So just jump onto LinkedIn, connect with folks. If you've got a lot of people, so say you had a few hundred people or more that you were in contact with, maybe 1,000 people, and you want to connect with them, you can do that manually, or there's also some really cool tools, which I just love to use and happy to share about, is you can take that list and then upload it into some software that will then go ahead and do the connections and just connect with a few people every day within LinkedIn's parameters, and everybody's happy and you get to connect with folks that way. Works very well. And that's a thing that I was just talking with someone earlier this morning. It gets missed. And so it's a great way to follow up with people after the show. I actually did some connecting with folks last week, and I had someone come right back and say, "Oh, this is great. How can I start a conversation?" And then we talked yesterday. So don't underestimate that, just connecting and reaching out on LinkedIn. And we know that the company page on LinkedIn is so important, but I kind of think that the personal page is really where that interaction's happening. And so it's super important for the salespeople to do those connections as well. Don't leave it just to the company page. Also important, don't get me wrong. Another thing you can do, uh, if you haven't done already, find that photo of you in the booth, whether it's setting up, tearing down, during, something cool that you're doing in the booth. It's nice to have a picture of you on the stand, you and your coworkers, that kind of thing. That helps people go, "Oh, I was there. I remember them. That was good." So, really easy way to remind folks. You can still post that on LinkedIn after the fact. Doesn't have to be during the show. It can be after, and use that in your emails as well. So, whatever you do, have a plan, a system in place. So, you can get together a system that has helpful info, maybe like a series of emails and LinkedIn posts that you can have all ready to use. As soon as you get back from the show, you could start sending that to folks. Again, it's helpful. You're wanting to be of service and give them what they need. And it just is a really nice way for you to give something. And then if folks need more info, they'll come back to you and say, "Oh, yeah, I do need some info on that. Thank you." So, finally, let me leave you with this thought. We all want everything to be excellent, perfect, amazing. And that said, don't don't let the perfection stop progress. So if you haven't followed up yet from Amsterdam, from New York, from whatever shows you were at, do it. Don't wait for the perfect article, the perfect video, the perfect everything. Quick reach out. You can still do the perfect thing and then do that second or third or do that later. All good. But reach out now with something short and sweet and helpful. And don't let that perfection stop progress. So that's my thoughts for you. If you want to chat further about a couple of our cool systems on this, just reach out and have a beautiful day. All right. Talk soon. Bye.